The woman smiled politely, thanked him for the wonderful afternoon, and quietly told her friends he was simply too ordinary for someone with her ambitions. She walked away believing she had left behind an average accountant with a modest life and an unremarkable future. Less than 24 hours later, every financial news channel in the city interrupted their broadcasts to announce the appointment of the nation's newest CEO after a record-breaking billion-dollar investment acquisition. When his face appeared on every screen, she froze in disbelief. The humble man she had dismissed wasn't pretending to be ordinary. He had simply never believed wealth was the most interesting thing about him. If you believe in kindness, forgiveness, hope, and second chances, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel so our community can continue sharing emotional stories that remind us true character is always more valuable than appearances. The man's name was Rhys Alder. At 38, he preferred simple clothes, drove a reliable older sedan, and spent weekends volunteering at community gardens rather than attending exclusive social events. Few people knew he had quietly invested in innovative companies for more than 15 years, building extraordinary wealth through patience, wisdom, and disciplined decisions. Even fewer knew he had recently accepted an invitation to lead one of Europe's fastest-growing investment groups after helping rescue dozens of struggling businesses from bankruptcy. Rhys rarely discussed money. He believed conversations about kindness, family, and purpose revealed far more about a person than conversations about luxury. The woman who met him that Saturday afternoon was named Ilara Winslow. Intelligent, hardworking, and ambitious, she had spent years climbing the corporate ladder in marketing. After growing up in financial uncertainty, she promised herself she would never again struggle to pay bills. Unfortunately, somewhere along the way, success became something she measured by visible achievements instead of invisible values. A mutual friend arranged their meeting at a quiet cafe beneath warm afternoon sunshine. Rhys arrived carrying a paperback novel. Ilara arrived expecting someone whose lifestyle reflected exceptional financial success. Instead, she found a calm, thoughtful man who listened more than he spoke. They discussed favorite books, volunteer work, childhood memories, and dreams for the future. Rhys never mentioned investments. He never mentioned boardrooms. He never mentioned wealth. When the afternoon ended, Ilara thanked him sincerely but quietly concluded they wanted different things from life. To her, he seemed content with an ordinary existence. She politely declined another meeting. Rhys accepted her decision with genuine respect. He wished her happiness and continued living exactly as before. The following morning, while preparing for work, Ilara glanced at a television inside a nearby cafe. Breaking financial news filled every screen. Rhys Alder had officially become Chief Executive Officer of Alder Strategic Investments following the company's historic acquisition of several international technology firms. Reporters described him as one of the country's most respected long-term investors. Analysts estimated his personal wealth exceeded hundreds of millions. Colleagues praised his integrity more than his financial success. Ilara felt completely stunned. Not because she had rejected a wealthy man, but because she suddenly realized she had judged someone without truly knowing him. For days she replayed every conversation. Rhys had never hidden the truth. She had simply assumed ordinary clothing meant an ordinary life. Several weeks later, professional circumstances unexpectedly reunited them. Ilara's marketing firm presented proposals to Rhys's investment company. Walking into the conference room, she expected awkwardness. Instead, Rhys greeted everyone with the same warmth and professionalism he showed every employee. He treated her no differently than anyone else. No bitterness. No pride. No attempt to embarrass her. That quiet dignity humbled Ilara more than any criticism ever could. During the meeting, she noticed something extraordinary. Rhys asked thoughtful questions about employee well-being, environmental responsibility, and long-term community impact before discussing projected profits. For him, business had never been solely about numbers. It was about people. Months later, Elara volunteered at a literacy charity after seeing Reese support similar community projects. Working alongside teachers, retirees, and students changed something inside her. She remembered why she had once dreamed about building a meaningful career instead of merely an impressive one. Slowly her priorities shifted. She pursued leadership based on service instead of status. Her colleagues noticed she became more patient, encouraging, and generous. One sunny afternoon, nearly a year after their first meeting, Elara and Reese crossed paths again while participating in a fundraising event for children's education. This time their conversation felt entirely different. Not because either person's circumstances had changed, but because Elara had. She sincerely apologized for allowing assumptions to influence her judgment. Reese smiled kindly. He admitted everyone makes mistakes while learning what truly matters. Holding on to resentment would only waste opportunities for growth. Although they never rushed into romance, a genuine friendship gradually developed through shared service projects, community events, and countless conversations about purpose rather than possessions. They discovered trust grows much stronger when built slowly through consistent character. Inspired by these experiences, Reese launched a mentorship program connecting young entrepreneurs with experienced business leaders who emphasized ethics alongside financial success. Elara volunteered as one of its first mentors. Together they encouraged hundreds of aspiring professionals to build careers rooted in honesty, humility, and compassion. Years later, when journalists asked Reese why he never displayed luxury despite extraordinary wealth, he answered with a quiet smile. He explained that expensive things often impress strangers. Simple kindness changes lives. That became the headline remembered long after discussions about investments disappeared. Before we reach the end of this story, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever misjudged someone based on first impressions, or has someone unexpectedly proven your assumptions wrong? Leave a meaningful comment below because your experience may encourage another person to look beyond appearances. As warm afternoon sunlight filled the community garden where volunteers laughed together among blooming flowers, Elara watched Reese helping children plant young trees without anyone recognizing the influential CEO standing beside them. She realized genuine greatness rarely announces itself. It quietly serves, patiently listens, and never depends on admiration to feel valuable. The man she once believed was too ordinary had taught her the most extraordinary lesson of her life. Wealth may open doors, but character is what makes people welcome once they walk through them. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. May we all remember that the greatest treasures are often hidden beneath ordinary appearances, waiting for hearts willing to see beyond the surface.